If you've been alive recently, you'd know about a certain brand with a vast array of little cute monsters. In this universe, parents kick their kids out when they turn 10 years old to catch these little gremlins and fight them in battles, earning badges from gyms along the way and making lifelong enemies with other trainers of these little gremlins. There's no doubt you've already pieced together what I'm getting at, especially because you saw the title of this video. This Japanese franchise is called Pokemon, and even though it started in Japan, it is now very popular over the rest of the world. Most people who have indulged in some way with the Pokemon universe will know the OG show, the video games, and of course, the pocket monsters. The most popular being the face of the brand, Pikachu, though Eevee is a close contender as well. Other popular Pokemon are the starters of Gen 1, Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. The franchise originated as a pair of role playing games developed by Game Freak from an original concept by its founder, Satoshi. I'll just put it up on screen. On February 27th, 1996, and upon its sudden success, a manga followed as well as the trading card game and the animated series and movies. Supposedly from 1998 to 2000, there was a phenomenon along the community dubbed Pokemania when the franchise was exported to the rest of the world. And apparently in 2002, this phase had ended, or wasn't as big at least, but it reemerged in 2016 when a certain app popped up, Pokemon Go. Today, Pokemon is estimated to be the highest grossing media franchise and one of the best selling video game franchises. Pokemon is a pretty unique franchise in that it is owned by three separate companies. The original, Game Freak, who develops the core series role playing games, Nintendo, who publishes those games exclusively through their consoles, and Creatures, who manages the trading card game and related merchandise, occasionally developing spin off titles. And as I researched further, because I knew they were once affiliated with Wizards of the Coast, I saw that in June of 2003, the Nintendo company transferred publishing rights from World of the Coast to the Pokemon Company. The three companies had established the Pokemon Company in 1998 to manage the Pokemon property within Asia. The Pokemon Show was also co owned with the Japanese publisher of many different written and visual media. I'm going to put this one up on screen too. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Outside of Asia, the manager of Pokemon content is just the Pokemon Company, but with international slapped on the end of it. The very origin of Pokemon was from a video game, Pokemon Red and Green. This game introduced the original 151 Pokemon, and now, as of January of 2024, there are 1,025 Pokemon, so yeah, I wonder if that small little Game Boy game went anywhere. In the games, players take on the role of Pokemon trainers, catching, training, and trading the creatures, and then developing them to battle other Pokemon. As of May of 2024, there are 122 Pokemon games, which are grouped into 9 different generations. The games are split between core series games and spin off games. For each generation, 2 mainline games are developed and released. Until 2011, Pokemon games were exclusively released on Nintendo consoles. With the rise of the smartphone, an augmented reality game, Pokemon Go, was released in 2016, and thus began the vast world of augmented reality games as a way of getting people outside. Probably, I don't know. According to Pokemon's official website, as of March of 2023, over 480 million Pokemon game units have been sold worldwide. Aside from being extremely expensive nowadays, the Pokemon trading game is, I feel, what makes this brand so big. Every kid has at least held one of these cards, and if you haven't, you likely don't exist. The Pokemon trading card game was one of the first collective card games in Japan. It was originally inspired by Magic the Gathering, and at first produced by the same company, Wizards of the Coast. Was it just me as a kid, or did no one else how to play this game? Everyone just collected the cards. And now Pokemon snobs are hoarding their cards and selling for way too expensive prices for a card that is a PSA 10 because someone said so. I get it, but maybe we need to take a step back and realize what's really important and that this is just a card game. Oh boy, I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for that, huh? Whatever. I do love Pokemon, but with all these expensive cards, especially at stores, think about the kids that won't have that same joy as we had as kids. Like, when I was a kid, they were a little more expensive, but like now they are like through the roof. Like, kids don't get that today, do they? Anyways, I mean, they're gonna have to resort to buying fake ones from the ice cream truck. Uh, Sometimes I did that too. As of 2023, there are 26 seasons of the Pokemon anime, and if I'm correct, I think that's the longest running anime, or at least one of them. There are over 1,200 episodes, and Brock stands as the best character, even from the very start. Brock is a good character. The anime originally focused on Ash Ketchum and his Pikachu. I watched Gen 1 and Gen 3, so how I know them is in Gen 1 it's Ash, Misty, and Brock, and in Gen 3 it's Brock and Ash still, but there are also new characters, May and Max. Those are the only ones I watched as a kid. Now apparently, after the 25th season, they replaced Ash and Pikachu with characters names Ligo and Roy. You can't replace the two most iconic characters of the show like that. At this point, just cancel it altogether. A total of 23 anime films have been released, the most recent being Pokemon the Movie Secrets of the Jungle from 2020. So it's been a while, huh? Um, are they gonna do another one? What's going on there? Now, with live action content, there's not too much. Detective Pikachu is a live action adaptation of Pokemon released in 2019, and while some of the Pokemon are most definitely cursed in the movie, when I watched it, I thought it was I'm never doing that again. Now, my source tells me that a sequel is currently in development, but I haven't heard anything on that. So, I have no idea if that's 100% true or not. Maybe there was. I have no idea. That'd be cool to see a sequel though, but I don't know if it's really needed. We'll see.